Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for your continued support, your likes, your subscribes, guys. I appreciate it. We're going with the second house. I'm doing things a little bit different. We're just going to go through the houses this round. And the second house is the house of Taurus. Right now we got Uranus in Taurus, Jupiter in Taurus. We just left the North Node Taurus, so now we're in the Libra Aries, South Node, North Node, so not a whole lot, but we're going to get a reading for you guys. So you might want to check out what's in your second house, you guys, if you aren't familiar with what Taurus stuff you have in your chart. I have been leaving a link for Cafe Astrology in the description so you guys can get your chart. We're going to get right into this. I'm not going to be doing a little pre-video. I'm just going to be doing the bowl and a little prayer right now, right before we get to your reading, you guys. It's a little shorter, and I do want people to watch their messages, so I am trying to make these shorter, you guys, but it's hard. It's just the way I read. So, okay, Taurus, let's get started. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance, protection, and unconditional love. I'm grateful for all known and unknown, seen and unseen, divine energy guiding, allowing, and protecting us as we receive these messages with an open heart and mind. I pray these messages of healing and protection reach those who need them and those who will fully embrace and express their own divine energy for the highest and most loving good. As we walk on the path of love, healing, and redemption, may your healing light touch, taint, and transmute all darkness with understanding, acceptance, and faith in the holy light of love. Amen. Thank you, Spirit. Alright guys, so house 2 is the Taurus house. It is the house of physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. If you've been with my channel, you know that I work with a lot of like the deep healing stuff, like self-worth being especially one of them, confidence, all the stuff, you know, I feel like our strengths are where we have learned, and where we've suffered through our lives is where we can learn and teach on like how to get through that stuff. So self-worth is a big one in the second house, you guys. So if you're ever feeling any like things about your self-worth or something, see what's going on in your second house also. But your physical possessions, it could be your self-worth regarding your job, like something going on with what you're trying to do. It doesn't necessarily mean your job. It could be something you do, like you don't even make money on, but you put value on it, you put importance on it. So that being said, we are going to go ahead and I did end up shifting the decks since the Aries reading. We're going to start with a crystal manfluth. I did switch decks, so I'm not sure what that was about, but we're going to go with it. But the crystal mandala, let's see what comes out. Oh, grace for the grand gesture. Archangel Raphael and Malachite. Archangel Raphael and Malachite. Grace for the grand gesture. I love that. On the bottom, heart healing. Angel Bethiel and rose quartz. Alright, so what we are going to do is I am going to read this short little version of that to start us off with your guys' reading. Okay, something going on here with grace being a grand gesture, and it is. It's the grandest gesture we can always make, even when we know there's so many things. Grace is like if we know we've been hurt and we want to hold somebody accountable, or we want an apology, or we forgiveness, understanding. This is all actions and feelings of showing grace, and just also recognizing that you don't judge others because you may be there someday yourself. Also, that's showing grace and knowing we're all human. I'm feeling like an understanding, forgiveness, a grand gesture of like maybe an apology, something like that. Being like very graceful. Let's look here. Let's read this. 15. Taurus. Yeah, so I am taking these readings a little slower, you guys. I really did get wiped out the last round of readings, so thank you for bearing with me, you guys. I do appreciate it. I am feeling a lot more recuperated. I'm feeling much better, but things have been a lot. Let's just put it that way. It says, we bring you the gift of grace for the grand gesture. Spirit's bringing you in some major grace for a grand gesture. Although there are times when even the smallest act, such as choosing to think a positive thought, is enough to transform your world, there also comes a time for a leap of faith, the grand gesture of unconditional trust that will free you from the past and empower the universe to gift you with a new future. The grand gesture is the big step, the willingness to say to the universe, I trust you and I know it is time for life as I have known it to give way for a bigger, bolder experience, and I am willing to allow you to lead me into it. You then make an offering which confirms your declaration and empowers the universe to reward the faith you have demonstrated. The grand gesture cannot be forced. If it comes from a place of should or uncertainty, then you're not ready. The grand gesture must be unconditional. It must be something you offer, not for what you can get in return, although the rewards will be rich, but because you are willing to offer something of yourself in service to love. When it comes from this place, the grand gesture is a trigger for divine grace to express itself in your life in an entirely new way, surpassing all expectations and showering you with blessings. Ooh, big, big gesture needed here. Big, big surrender, it feels like, and a big, maybe an act of, it's unconditional love. Releasing control, maybe over something this could be something you really have to let go of within yourself. It's a sacrifice of yourself in a way, or something you normally wouldn't do or normally would do, and you're doing that as a show of grand gesture. Let's go ahead and read the little, here we go. I love this. Okay, this is a big move, Taurus. So if this is your reading, if it's resonating, this is a big move of showing complete faith in the universe and spirit, and trusting that there is something probably really, really powerfully needing released right now and trusted, which means you're not to control it, but to just be graceful, be loving, and do it with no conditions, no strings attached, no conditions. It is a response to such bold and unconditional gestures of loving service, surrender, and trust. Doing something for somebody else, or if this is a job or a partnership or something, maybe really stepping up and doing something completely with no strings attached, not expecting anything in return. It says, when the oracle of grace for the grand gesture comes to you, there is a message. You are ready for the big step, the risk, the decision, the choice from which there is no going back. This could be a huge choice, you guys. This could be a huge choice to leave something you've been doing for a long time, or to really, really, really trust in what you're doing and really put yourself into it more than you ever have, and not know what the outcome is going to be. Not tell yourself, well, I'm not going to do that because this could be a waste of my time, or this could be a waste of my energy, but having complete trust that if it comes from a place of love, it will turn out, whatever that it is. This oracle affirms, encourages, and advises you that the universe is waiting for your gesture, already preparing the loving bounty that shall flow into your world in response. If you have made leaps in the past and landed flat on your face rather than gracefully on your feet, leave that behind you now. Everything you have experienced in life has led you towards this moment in time. You're not the same person you were before. You are stronger, wiser, and more ready for the beautiful adventure life has in store for you. You have an opportunity at this time to take a leap of faith, and the universe is urging you ahead. You may feel afraid or uncertain if you listen to your mind. Give some love to your mind. It might need your comfort and reassurance. Then listen to your heart and make your grand gesture with full faith in the grace that surrounds you now. This is total, complete trust. This is doing something from a completely trusting place. If this is something you've been thinking about, hey, I need to do this, but ego's gotten in the way, or fear's gotten in the way, or expectations have gotten in the way, now is your time to step forward, fully vulnerable and graceful, and trust that This is a big heart opening for you, and it's a big gesture to the universe showing that you are coming from a place of unconditional love, not conditional love, divine love. So I am getting that. So that's really nice. Taurus, let's go ahead and get one of these. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. Grace for the grand gesture. I love that. That's big. It's doing something really powerful with your heart and your mind. Stillness. Ooh, and it has the swan. So it's like, I always with the swan, it's just one of those messages I always get. And purity. This could be something about purifying, cleansing. Also with Malachite, I know when I was going through huge, it really was releasing heart blockages for me. I had my heart guarded a lot. And it leaves you kind of feeling vulnerable and like, oh, I'm not ready to deal with that pain or that heartache or that forgiveness or that whatever it is. And there's this, and also the swan, you know, it's grace, you guys. Look, it's like, okay, so I always get the ugly duckling story with the swan. I can't help it. It's always a message I get, and it's beautiful because there's grace in that story too. You know, this ugly duckling grew up wanting to be beautiful and graceful like the swan, and was a duckling, you know, and the people that made fun of him or whatever. This could have to do with being graceful and knowing something's going to turn out beautiful, or knowing no matter what it looks like in the moment, it's going to be beautiful. So this could be about making some kind of gesture that you're not sure about, or that you don't see turning out the way you even would like it to, but Spirit's saying surrender that. Don't put strings attached to what you want to happen or a condition attached. Just trust that it's going to be beautiful. Just trust that this grace and this, there is a stillness here. So it's very quiet thought, because it did say it has to come from your heart. It can't be pushed, it can't be rushed, because then it's not truly graceful. So take a moment, Taurus, if this is your reading, to really determine what it is you need to do to purify and show the grand gesture to Spirit that you are in it for the long haul, and that you are ready to commit yourself to becoming that beautiful swan that you know, and if this is something in your life, it's committing yourself to it and showing that grand gesture, whatever it takes, because it comes from a loving place, to be beautiful and to grow. Allow the space for something to grow, maybe, or become what it's supposed to be, not what. It's very interesting. I'm getting a lot, but we are going to keep going with this because I can keep talking about this, and that's how my videos get so long. Let's get an elemental oracle, you guys. There's definitely something here that wants to be matured, grown, nurtured, and graceful. The swan's always grace with me. It's beauty and grace. The most beautiful, loving, graceful part of yourself right now. Spirit's asking you to commit and commit to. And this may require gestures. Gestures that maybe you're like, no, not if I don't get something from it, or no, not this, you know, or you have a fear it ain't going to turn out like you want it to, or maybe you're afraid of rejection. Maybe you're afraid of something just not turning out like you want. Well, they're saying take a leap of faith here. Discipline, time, and let's see, this one too. Silence. There's a lot of stillness and quietness here. And solitariness. This could mean, you know, this feels like very alone energy, being alone. This could mean sacrificing something that you you know, and I'm also feeling like this too. There's two ways this can go. One, this is asking for this, it says discipline and silence. So you could be being silent, and it's asking you that it's time to, like, not be silent, or it's time to be silent, be still. And I'm not sure, and maybe pray, maybe get with the divine energy and see what I am getting this big silence energy and time. With time, it does take time. You know, it takes time for something to grow, to mature. We're going to get a starry beginnings and get some more on this. You could be holding something really, really close to you. Maybe your quiet time, maybe your silence, and it's time to break that silence, or it's time to remain silent. It says, enjoy where you are, for soon you will be somewhere else. Miracles happen. Give the universe your clear intention. Okay, so you need to take the time right now, Taurus, whoever this resonates with, to make it time, to make it clear what it is you want, what it is you're committed to, and do it with an open heart and unconditional love. Whatever this is, you have to show the grand gesture, whatever this is. It says take time though. Make sure you're in a time right now, a peaceful time, where you can really reflect on what you want, so you can make that gesture, make that move towards what you want, towards this true beauty that you want in your life. And you have, I feel, see it there. There's just something here where right now there's really peace, quiet, and a lot of discipline needed in your thinking and your focus, and maybe communication, to commit to something you really want, or take a leap of faith on something you truly want. And you may need to let this settle in you before you actually make the move. Like, that's kind of what it's feeling like, is taking a time out before you actually make this really big move. That's what it's feeling like. And it says right now, enjoy where you are. And I'm feeling that as enjoy. If you're feeling really close to spirit right now and you're feeling really connected, it's saying enjoy that right now. Or I always say this too when this card comes up, enjoy where you are, for soon you'll be somewhere else. So it's like always stopping for a moment and seeing in the moment where the beauty's right there in the moment, finding the beauty where you're at. You could be going and thinking, hey, I don't know, maybe you're looking at the ugly duckling instead of the swan, or vice versa, you know. So I'm thinking you need to take some time to evaluate and commit yourself to what it is you truly, truly love and want in your life, and do it. And not there can't be hesitation, because that's not the grace, that's not the grand gesture, the grace. So it's really jumping in there, all on board, unconditionally doing something, loving something, committing to something, maybe taking a leap of faith on something. This feels like big energy, but it's also saying take your time and make sure you make the choice you truly want, because this is important. This feels very important. This feels like an important choice. So we are going to go ahead and get 3 of these tarot, you guys. Enjoy where you are, for soon you'll be somewhere else. What are you taking this time to do here? Okay, what do we got? Got that 4 of Wands reversed. This could have to do with a relationship, a marriage, a commitment, community, family. It did come out reversed, so there could be some not feeling balanced, stable, and this could be a relationship that, oh, look at this. There's a commitment here. There is something here, and this is devil energy coming in. You guys, reversed. There could be something here you need to leave behind or sacrifice to show a grand gesture to spirit. And it could be affecting your commitment, your marriage, your community, whatever this is. It's very, very, it's like time to like release fear, release bondage. If you're bonded to something, or something's controlling you, it's time to take the grand gesture with grace. Release something, let something go. Yes, and that is the truth, the clarity. Ace of Swords coming in. Once you release something here, and I feel like this is some kind of like, and you may just need to be really thinking about what this is, this energy, and how it has affected your foundation, your commitments, maybe a marriage if you're married, your relationships, your community. On the bottom we got the Page of Pentacles. This is very slow moving energy, you guys. This is happening slowly. This is probably, you guys do come across in my readings a lot as the Page of Pentacles. If this would be a new step on your earthly journey, because you would be showing a grand gesture by releasing something that I would say is very important to you. With the Devil energy here, there's a feeling of releasing something here. We are going to get a couple words on this, Taurus, and it could be there's a clarity or a truth. You could need to speak a truth, and it's for the highest good. It's the grace of grand gesture, saying something, speaking something. Maybe in a relationship, in a commitment, or could be family. We got the Four of Wands here. Usually that's celebration, and that's family, that's commitment. It's feeling like that this Devil energy is affected by this. Okay, so there is a strong need to focus right now, Taurus. It says, hunt two hares and rise catching neither, and risk catching neither. So there is a focus. Spirit's coming in and asking you to focus on that one thing you want in your life. Take all the time you need. There's something here that's got a stronghold on you, or you're trying to release because you know it is toxic or unhealthy for you. It says sharpness of the senses, ability to discern detail, focus, and attention. Taking the time to look at something, especially with this Four of Wands here. Look at something in your environment or your relationship or your community or whatever this is regarding you guys, using all your senses, and pay attention to what it's acuity. Pay attention to what if you even want this. If you even want this commitment or this relationship or this whatever it is, there is a strong feeling here of needing to pick one goal. This could have to do with multiple choices, maybe multiple relationships, maybe being honest about that to yourself, something like that. Coming very clean and clear and making a grand gesture towards your one truth. Your one truth. You could need to maybe speak about something that's kind of holding you, making you feel like you can't be released, but Spirit's saying this would be the grand gesture. And it may feel like it's, oh, well, I don't want to speak this, or don't want to release this if it's not going to turn out good for me. That's where you have to trust and let go and have faith. That's not a grand gesture if you know how it's going to turn out, you know. I can go back to times in my life where I'm like, oh, I don't want to speak this, I don't want to do this, I don't know how it's going to turn out. And it was a grand gesture. Trust in Spirit, and trust in the forgiveness and love and unconditionality to the universal love. If this has to do with something in your life, preparation. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. There is something here, process of getting ready, planning for the demands of the future situation. This is under the Devil card, you guys. You could be preparing to release something, preparing to let go of something, preparing to, there could even be planning in the process of moving. I feel like that's why you need to take time right now, is to evaluate, because I don't know if this is, you're only going to know if what you're moving towards is something you really truly want, or it's something you feel bonded to, but there is some kind of preparation here. This could be preparing to quit something, quit an addiction, leave something behind that you know is not healthy for you. Focusing on one thing. This could be why this Four of Wands, maybe you haven't been focusing on one thing, one commitment. You could be, it's just very interesting, because it's either, it depends on what you want in your life, what you need to focus on and what you need to prepare to leave behind if this is something holding you back, holding you hostage, and not showing a grand gesture of unconditional love. Because that's how we beat the devil. That's how we come out ahead, with love. And then we got commitment. Yes, this is something strongly. And then we got eloquence, which is kind of like grace, also on the bottom. And it says you must answer the devil in his own language. Fluent or persuasive speaking and writing, graceful communication. This definitely has something to do with communication, Taurus, whoever this is for. It is time. It's time to communicate something. It's time to make a commitment, and it's time to show the grand gesture and move towards what it is you truly want. Not split hairs, not think you can have your cake and eat it too, even though I'm like, yes, we can have our cake and eat it too. But if you are trying to keep controls over something, or keep something in your life that you know is affecting your relationships, your marriage, your community, it's saying hunt two hares and risk catching neither. That means you're going to lose either way if you don't focus your energy on one thing you want right now. Do you want to be independent? Do you want to be in a commitment? Do you want to be sober? Do you want to be using? There's tons of stuff that this could be. Do you want to focus on the now, or do you want to focus on something in the future that you have yet to, there's some kind of commitment this is definitely about. And there is definitely a preparation to down the devil in this energy, in this relationship, this community. This could be a job, this could be a family situation, you guys. You'll know better than I will, but it says Rome wasn't built in a day. Pledging time, and that's this preparation too, pledging the time and energy to reach a goal in a relationship or cause deemed meaningful. It's time to make a choice on whatever it is means to you. Something I feel this with this Four of Wands that came out reverse is struggling here, and it's not going as planned because there's energy being scattered in two different directions. There could be something like some kind of communication or something that needs spoken to lay the groundwork for showing that you are committed, showing that you are ready to do this. This could be a big move. This could be and I feel like this does have to do with communication with the Ace of Swords there. The pledging time and energy to a goal, relationship, or cause deemed meaningful. Yes, and I am definitely discerning detail and focus and attention. So your focus and your attention are somewhere else rather than on this. So if this commitment or this community, or maybe it's a job, maybe it's a neighborhood, somewhere you live or something like that, isn't the place for you, it's time to prepare to leave it behind, whatever this devil energy is. And you're going to know what this is. If it's not for you, it's not for you. And it's time to make a big commitment and communicate gracefully. If this involves other people, use your communication skills gracefully like the swan. Make sure you take the time and do this from the heart, because it's got to come from the heart. And enjoy where you are right now, for soon you will be somewhere else. That means this could be better than where you're going. This could be, we just never know. But this is where the trust comes in with the universe. Trust the process and trust what this message is speaking to you, Taurus. Let's see what we got. Guri Devi is your Kali card, Taurus. And we got check your boundaries and affirm your right to express and receive both kindness and respect. Embrace your softer side and your ability to stand up for yourself. You are a unique being and you do not need to conform to your stereotypes. Yes, if there's something here that's not for you, and it's just stereotype, like it could be a relationship, it could be a marriage, it could be a family, it could be something like that. And you're like trying to do something that's, but it just, there's just a fear here of preparing to leave something, process of getting ready, planning for the demands of a future situation. There's something here that I feel there's fear here about some kind of speaking, some kind of communication. And there's a prevention here, and this is this devil energy. You're preventing some kind of communication or some kind of planning for the future and speaking about it. And you're distracting, or you're putting your energy elsewhere, and both areas of your life are struggling, or a couple areas or something. It could feel like, because you need to focus and you need to commit yourself but take the time and the stillness to decide what it is you want. That's what I feel like. This is very important. It says, as you relax into your authentic self, the best method to accomplish what is needed shall spontaneously arise from within. So yes, there could just be something here. It says, as you relax into your authentic self, and maybe it's deciding, what is your authentic self? Are you trying to be two people at once? Are you trying to do two things at once? Two relationships, two jobs, two something where you just need to focus and just be you and go after what you want in your life, Taurus? Make a strong commitment and speak that and prepare to. And also, this is standing out to me. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. There could be some kind of toxic devil energy you are thinking about stepping into. If this is, this could be addiction. This could be yourself But decide who that is and who you want to be and what you are committed to before you make some kind of choice, or and there's some kind of, feels like some kind of communication, some kind of graceful communication that's needed here. But you need to take time so that you can be fully heart intact when you communicate this grand gesture, this great move, this great trust. That's what I'm feeling. If you're not happy where you're at, it's time to focus on what you want to be committed to and do the preparation. If that means quitting something, moving away from something, stepping away from something, not having fear. A lot of times I look at the devil energy as fear, and especially with the Ace of Swords here, there's some kind of truth, some kind of clarity, and it's about a commitment, some kind of long-term thing you could have already been working on, and maybe you haven't spoke about it, or maybe you want to and you need to speak about it. Pledge the time and energy to the goal, the relationship, or cause deemed meaningful. That is really strong reading, Taurus. I do hope it helped somebody. And as always, I am going to look real quick on the bottom here. Miracles happen. So, it says don't have any conditions or expectations, but to make the grand gesture and trust. You might be picturing things really going bad, and it could go really, really good, or better than you thought. Solitariness, taking that time to decide what it is you want. I'm really getting that strongly in your guys' reading. Purity, some kind of purification too. This could be purifying your body, your mind, your heart healing. Yes, I love this. You guys, this is really strong energy. But always take the time to cherish where you're at and enjoy what you have, and take the time to recognize if you are spreading yourself between two commitments or two things, and you need to prepare to leave something behind. This could be a toxic belief, a toxic habit that is causing instability in a relationship, or a family, a village. This could be your neighborhood. I mean, who knows? Your job. I mean, this is a commitment, something very committed here, not needing some communication, some clarity, some purity happening here. Some releasing, some focus and preparation and commitment to what it is you want. And I feel like this is a very strong reading, you guys. So as always, I appreciate you guys coming and watching your reading. I do hope that helps somebody. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.